Hope College Sports Information Director Alan Babbitt here with the victorious New York University Violets here in the sectional semifinals over Scranton, Pennsylvania, here with head coach Meg Barber, Erica Miller, and Brooklyn Shelton. Coach, if we could begin with an opening statement.
Thank you. First off, hats off to an absolute tremendous team with Scranton. I think Nick has done a phenomenal job getting that program on the national scene in a short amount of time. We've kind of watched them. We're only 2 hours apart, so it was a little bit unique to come out here to Hope and be matched up in Michigan. But hats off to them. They're a tremendous team, and we knew we were going to get their best shot, and that was clearly evident when it was 14-2. I was waiting for the media timeout to, hopefully for a dead ball to kind of slow things down and just let us reset. And we did, and we responded really well. And, we talk all the time about our defense, and in the first half they shot 50%, second half they shot 28% for the game, overall 39%. And so we won with our defense tonight. Obviously, both of these guys had tremendous individual performances, but once again, we rely on, I wouldn't so much say our depth, but just the different ways that we can score out of our starting lineup, and certainly Brooklyn coming off the bench as our sixth man. So I'm just really proud for this group of young players to make it to an Elite Eight after not having a season at all last year. We didn't have a single practice last year, and here we are with a chance to compete against either Hope or Milliken to go to the Final Four. And it's an incredible feeling as a coach to know that this team is just getting every ounce out of their ability this year. And, the reason we're here is because of the bench players that didn't even get in the game today. Our practices are absolutely crazy intense, and we utilize all 15, 16 players every day to get us better and allow us to be in the position that we're in. And lastly, I don't think anybody from our league watches, the NYU press conferences, but the UAA got us here as well. It's an absolutely phenomenal league. And I think in some ways, not to say there was disrespect this year, but we had a lot of teams that beat up on each other. We happened to be at the top of that league, but we had 3 teams tie for second place. I think any of them could have made the NCAA tournament this year. We're really proud to represent the UAA and be moving forward today.
Erica, I'll start with you. You've now set a career high in scoring twice during this tournament run.
I got it.
What's working? What's leading to the success? How are you able to get so hot so fast?
Well, first off, our defense was really what got me going in the first half when we were down 14-2. And I also owed it to my teammates for finding me and kicking it out when there was nothing inside. So I really owe it to them, and just especially getting hot and getting steals and just running the lane and getting open. But really owe it to my teammates for really finding me always.
And Brooklyn, you were a plus 32 in this game. The offense was struggling. Scranton was ahead early, and then when you came in, the tide started to shift a little bit. So what was your approach? How do you think you were able to impact this game kind of immediately once you came in?
Yeah, so ever since I've started basketball, it's been instilled in me, play with heart and hustle. They're the 2 things you can control, and that's defense. And I think we thrive on defense as a team, and it really gets the offense going and finding E in transition for the 3. So yeah, I would say.
And Meg, of course, Scranton was leading 14-2 in the first quarter. You all missed 8 of your first 9 shots.
Yep.
How was the team able to turn around?
You prepare in these games to play for 40 minutes. So certainly that, I'm not going to say we were just sitting over there casually, no big deal. There's a sense of, are we ready for this? But again, what Brooklyn said, this team plays so hard. I just knew if we could lock in a couple possessions and get a couple stops that our offense would start flowing. We're a team that scores in transition. You can't transition as quickly when the other team's making shots. So for us, the game is always about getting stops and running. And if we can play our pace, we're hard to play against for 40 minutes. Our biggest goal is to, win the second and win the fourth quarters. And let's see. Yeah, we won the second quarter 24-13. We won the fourth quarter 21-13. So They got us on the first, and we won the next 3. So I think anytime you're in an NCAA tournament, you're going to get both teams are going to throw a punch to start the game. It's who can withstand the punches for 4 quarters that's going to move on.
And to both of you, I guess Erica first. You're in the second weekend, won your 3rd game of the tournament. What's the feeling? What's the vibe amongst the team at this point? And now that you're so close to a Final Four.
It's hard to describe. I think from the beginning of the season, we all this is what we wanted, and this is what we knew we could achieve. And I think just working so hard every day in practice, and non-starters and starters just going at each other, really making everyone improve. I think that's what got us here, and especially our defense as well. Just keep pushing, and that's how we're gonna win. And that's what we're gonna do.
Thank you. I agree completely with Erica. It's an amazing feeling, honestly. We're so excited and we're driven. Just to even be here after the pandemic and not having a facility, I think we're just hungry. We really want to win. We want to put it all out there on the court. So.
And I guess, lastly for Meg, Scranton's a regional opponent. Don't play them much, but you might more have a sense for their league and everything. No matter who wins tonight, you're playing a team from the Midwest who you really, aren't familiar with. Well, how are you preparing, and what's your message to the team going into such an unknown opponent, no matter?
Yeah, it's for us, it's about NYU basketball. Every opponent, and that's why I really give credit to the UAA. We do play WashU, we play Chicago, we play Emory down in Atlanta. We play a team in Boston, we play a team in Rochester, we Pittsburgh, Cleveland. We travel all over. The league is stacked with incredible talent, and so in many ways, even at this point, as we get to scouting reports, we're comparing players to the league. This is so-and-so from Chicago, this is the post player from WashU, and so in many ways, I just think the league has gotten us ready to get to this point. And if we lead with our defense, I think we can compete with anybody in the country. And to what Brooklyn said, I don't think a lot of people are aware, what these guys go through on a daily basis is incredible. We don't have a gym. We don't practice in the gym that we play in. So, what is our record now? 25-1. We've won 25 road games. We don't have a home facility. So in many ways, regardless of the situation we're in, we have been resilient all year. These guys have been resilient for 3 years. And so we're going to just enjoy the moment and play in the moment and be in the moment. And hopefully we're coming back to Pittsburgh for the Final Four.
All set.
Hope College Sports Information Director here, Alan Babbitt here at the sectional semifinals at Hope College, here with the Scranton University women's basketball team. Finished an outstanding season here with a loss to New York University, here with Abby Anderson, head coach Nick Papillo, and Bridget Monahan. Coach, if you could begin with an opening statement.
Yeah, a lot of credit to NYU. I thought we came out with a great deal of energy on both ends of the floor. I thought our defense was where it needed to be. I thought we did a really good job sharing the basketball. We got off to a really good start, and to NYU's credit, they took that punch and they came right back, and they played a heck of a game. They made timely shots. They made the plays when they needed to. But for us, I'm just really, this is a time to be proud. 27-3, make it to the Sweet 16, win our league for the 7th straight year. These two young women up here and the rest of them in the locker room, I just couldn't be more thankful and blessed to have been able to coach them this year.
Bridget, talk a little bit about, you guys had the strong start out of the gate there, and Nick talked a little bit about the energy coming out of the gate. How were you guys able to get off to the strong start?
Today we had nothing but energy leading up to the game, and coming in off the bus, like, we all were hype, obviously, and that kind of carried over into the first quarter of the game, and eventually there was like a turn, and we started to play on our heels a little bit more, I think, but no, we definitely came out hot in the first quarter.
And Nick, in the fourth quarter there, we were able to cut the lead back to 7 after Maddie Hartnett hit a 3, and then you mentioned the timely shots from NYU. They came down, I believe, hit consecutive 3s right there to get the lead back into double digits.
Yeah, listen, this time of year, everybody's good, everyone's talented, and we've played from behind a bunch of different times this year, so we understood what we needed to do to kind of work our way back into it, and even though we were able to make a few shots, they just made a couple more at the right time, so it was credit to them.
Abby, quick question for you. Obviously, this was your lone year in the program in Scranton, but maybe just talk a little bit about obviously being able to come back home, play your last season, and be able to get to the Sweet 16 with this team.
That was definitely the goal. I mean, playing at home, kind of playing where it all started, was one of the main reasons why I went to Scranton for this year, and for us to be successful down the road now. Win a championship, like you said, the 7th time in a row. It's awesome.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.